Okay. Mm. We are rich people. Sorry. Okay. We are rich people on a smaller scale. We are tiny rich people, mini rich people, not tiny, mini rich people. What do I mean by that? I'm going to write something. I'm going to read something that I wrote. Um, that I wrote here about that, because I think sometimes we criticize rich people, but we don't realize that we're actually mimicking rich people. We mimic rich people. We mimic what they do. We mimic their interest, their trends, their uh, goals, etc. So it's difficult to separate from them and say, well, this is not what I want. You're offering this, but I don't want it. Yeah, it's not the case. So I mean, now we're seeing, in many cases, we've seen people fight and do revolutions and stuff like that, going against the bourgeoisie, going against the rich, we've seen it many times. So it's not like people never really understood what's going on and they haven't really differentiated. But I think we were still too attached with what they are. So yeah, let me read what I wrote, because I think it's much more organized. Okay, so it says, we are rich people on a smaller scale. When people talk about overthrowing rich people, I laugh in my heart. We are rich people with no money. What do I mean by that? 1 second. What do I mean by that? When I talk of mimicry, this is one of the major aspects I think of. The mimicry of rich people. If we could remove the current rich people from their position of power, many of us would gladly take their place. And the worst part is, we would end up behaving just like them. How do I know that? I know because we are already behaving like them. For example, many people aspire to reach the rich, get closer to them, and behave like them. They follow their trends and believe what they believe. Many people are willing to pay for a VIP table they can't afford. People dine at expensive restaurants instead of restaurants they actually like, for the sake of getting some proximity to opulent folks, or to be perceived a certain way. Others apply the golden rules of rich people in business. And you hear them say, in business you gotta be fierce and fearless. You can't be compassionate. You need to maximize your profit at all costs. If you pay your employees too much, they'll become lazy. That's the kind of thing you would hear people say. And it's not the richest people that would say that. These are random people, average people, entrepreneurs with small businesses. Obviously, they're good. There are people who don't participate in that kind of behavior. But I'm saying this is very recurrent. This is very frequent. This is something that people say on a daily basis. You would hear people, repeating the same things or acting in the same way that rich people act. And they will tell you, and I want to say, well, why do you have to do it like that? Why do you have to manage your business that way? Why do you have to function that way if we know that it's not the way to be, or if we know that this is not the best thing to do? And they would say, well, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So to continue, how many people would marry someone they dislike just for money? People are busy getting the bag. Some will withhold information, products, and more to create a sense of scarcity and hence luxury. Aren't we rich people? We're the same as rich people, we just don't have the money, nor the connections. We don't have the islands, we don't have the boats, we don't have the cars, we don't have the mansions and all these things. But we are the same because we copy them. They've done a good job teaching us to aspire to be just like them, even if we claim that we do not want to, even if we claim we're not like that, even if we claim we don't want that for ourselves, but we keep running after it. So the lesson you need to take, you need to understand, you need to get, you need to anchor in your brain is that you cannot change what you mimic. You cannot ask them to change if you emulate their behavior. It's like and I say this because this is something that has happened to me. Oh, okay, I'll tackle that in another video. And the worst part is it's even difficult to stop copying them, because by copying them, you've lost yourself. Okay? So yeah, we are rich people who haven't gotten the opportunity to be rich, to be them. And this is why the greatest solution, the greatest weapon, is to remain yourself. Is to stay grounded to what matters, to real value. Go check this video I made about real value. And it is important to not let your mind be corrupted. Do not engage. All right? All right.